When I saw the first trailer for this movie, I, along with everyone else, was like, alright, this is Disney's answer to Joker. And now that I've seen this movie, no one's gonna convince me otherwise. Alright, let's see if one of my puppies will cooperate. Cruella. This is Minnie. She's really heavy, but I love her. She's like, what am I doing here in this room?
Look, Minnie, say hi. Say hi, Minnie. Hello, baby.
Alright, say goodbye. So Cruella is a live-action telling of the origin story of one of Disney's most evil villains, Cruella de Vil. And when I say most evil, I really mean that. Sure, Scar wanted to take over Pride Rock, sure, Hades was like the lord of the underworld, but Cruella de Vil wanted to kill and skin a bunch of innocent little Dalmatian puppies and turn their furs into coats. I mean, what kind of sick, twisted mind is this? So now in this movie, we get to see the origins and making of this sick, twisted mind. We have Emma Stone playing a girl named Estella. She lives in London in the 1970s. She didn't have the best upbringing. She's pursuing a career in fashion. She has a bit of a bad side, though. She's palling around with these thieves, Jasper and Horace. And then she starts working for this big fashion company headed up by Emma Thompson as the Baroness von Hellman. And then the story escalates from there. Now, I will say I did enjoy this movie, but I didn't think it was completely perfect. What you gotta know is that this movie is not really meant to be taken seriously, which I thought it was after watching the trailers. I was like, all right, we're gonna watch a serious but also fun, realistic at least, origin story movie about Cruella de Vil. What can I say? The trailers made this movie look like it was gonna be different from all the other live-action Disney movies we've gotten recently that just are not good at all. And in some ways, sure, this movie is different. It's PG-13, but it is still a live-action Disney movie, so in that, it's gonna be a little over the top and ridiculous at times, at some points to an unrealistic degree. I was like, that wouldn't happen. Some things didn't entirely make complete logical sense plot-wise. I'm not gonna go into details because I don't want to spoil it. I will say though, Emma Stone was really good in this movie. Of course, she's a great actress. You can tell that this shy, mild-mannered Estella chick is not really who she is underneath, you know, inside. So when she unleashes this Cruella persona, it was really cool actually. Like the best parts of the movie are when she's just going full Cruella de Vil, just putting on a big show, upstaging the Baroness, and you can tell that that is who she really is. She was born to be this person, this psycho. She just has a crazy mind. She was born that way. And what can I say? I loved seeing that. It was easy to see that Emma Stone was having a blast filming those scenes. Also, her British accent wasn't bad at all, so extra props to that. We also have Jasper and Horace Baden in this movie. If you remember the original 101 Dalmatians, they were like Cruella's lackeys, and honestly, in that movie, they really did most of the work. So I feel like for this movie, they were like, alright, we can't make a Cruella movie without having Jasper and Horace in it. And yeah, that makes sense to me. And these characters actually did their job pretty well. They were Cruella's backup, you know? They were her support, and I bought it. I'm also gonna give some major props to Emma Thompson in this movie as the Baroness. This woman was like the epitome of all fashion uppity divas. You know, those snooty kind who just sees themselves as above everyone else? Those kind of people actually really tick me off.
It's foolish. Unhinged. Well, you're fired. Why are you speaking?
I think you nicked me.
Ugh, they get on my nerves, and she played that part very well, because there were some points during the movie where I was like, I hate you so much. But you know, that's how people in fashion are sometimes. They only think about themselves, they see everyone else as obstacles. So again, big props to Emma Thompson in this movie. Now, like I said, this movie is a little bit ridiculous. I mean, this is a prequel of sorts to 101 Dalmatians, whether you want to see it as a prequel to the original animation or the live-action one with Glenn Close. I've seen the animation a few times, but I've never seen the live-action one. I've seen 102 Dalmatians though. I saw that when I was a kid, although I have a feeling if I watched it now, I'd probably hate it, so best to leave it in my childhood. There were some tie-ins in this movie to 101 Dalmatians. They were really subtle though, but that's how you gotta do it. One little Easter egg I didn't even realize it was until the end. I was like, oh yeah, look at that. That's cool. I'll tell you what bummed me out about this movie though, the CGI dogs. Yeah, of course, this being a Cruella movie, there will be dogs and Dalmatians, and a lot of times during the movie I was like, oh my god, these CG dogs look so fake. It's like Call of the Wild all over again. Not just in that the dogs look fake, but also some of these dogs have human-like intelligence. They'll be doing things that like they shouldn't know to do in a live-action movie anyway. Like I said in my review of Call of the Wild, it works in animation because those are cartoons, but it doesn't work so much in live action. So the fact that you have these fake-looking dogs going around doing things they shouldn't be doing, it really does take me out of the movie. And I mean, on one hand, I do get it. You can't have actual dogs doing these things. They would probably get hurt, which would be a big no-no in the movie-making business. So have the dogs be CG. I get it. But at least make the CG look good, you know? Nah, not in this movie. I did like the story in this movie though. There were some cool plot twists and turns that I didn't see coming, where I was like, alright, that's pretty cool. I can buy that, sure. And I wonder what's gonna happen because of that. And the music in this movie, oh my god. This is one of those movies where it's more about the soundtrack than the score. But my god, how many classic rock songs can you cram into a movie? I swear, like every 5 minutes, another classic rock song from the 70s or 60s would play throughout like the entire movie. Okay, not literally, but it felt like that. Granted, there were a few good songs in there. I knew a few of them and I was singing along, but I just felt like this movie didn't need to have so many. Could have made more room for the score, which was alright. And also that classic Cruella de Vil song, you know it. Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. I honestly love that song. It doesn't really show up until the end where you hear it for like 30 seconds. That was kind of a bummer. And then you have that Florence and the Machine version of the song, which I was never a Florence and the Machine fan, so But anyway. So in the end, Cruella, I did enjoy it. I love the two Emmas in this movie. Emma Stone and Emma Thompson, they make this movie. Their performances were great. This movie is a fun watch. You like seeing Cruella de Vil do her thing when she's Cruella de Vil. It gets a little over the top at times. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just letting you know that. The CG dogs did bring the movie down a little bit for me. I don't know why that bums me out so much, but it does. The story is pretty good, and so is the music. You'll have a good time watching this in theaters. So for Cruella, I will say, go see this movie while it's in theaters. And there is a mid-credits scene that I actually loved, so keep your eyes out for that. And also, I'm glad that I saw this in theaters instead of paying $30 to watch it on Disney+. I am never doing that again. So Cruella, have you seen it? What do you think about it? And who is your favorite Disney villain? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.